So for the dead bug, you want to first roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. You're going to suck your belly button into your spine. You want to keep a flat back here, protect your lower back from being hurt. And on an inhale, you're going to lower one arm and the opposite leg. And on the exhale, you're going to come up. You want to try and keep your arms stacked above your shoulders and your knees stacked above your hips. This is a great move to warm up the total core. It really helps you focus on that mind-muscle connection with the deep inner core muscles, as well as the outer core muscles and the back muscles. If you want to make it easier, you can just tap your foot instead of lowering it all the way down. Do this one slow and steady. This is not a race. This is a warm-up exercise, but you'll be surprised that you might actually feel some burn. For Russian twists, I think most people know this one. It's a great exercise for the obliques, but you're going to lower down. You want to make sure you keep your belly button and your lower abs sucked in still, and you really want to focus on the up and over motion here. You want to get that full twist by tapping your fingers on the ground, not just twisting a little bit. Do the whole thing. To make it easier, you want to put your feet on the ground so you're not working on that balance as much. And then to make it harder, get a weighted med ball or just a weight, a jug of milk, anything really, and focus on doing the same up and over motion and try and really keep your abs tight and squeezed so you can stay balanced. The leg lift is one of my favorite moves for the lower abs. It is so good. The key here is really to keep your belly button stuck to your spine. So to help yourself out, you can put your hands underneath your bottom and your lower back area in like a diamond formation and really press your back against your hands. So on the inhale, you're going to lower, and the exhale, you're going to rise. And this really works your lower abs here. So keep your toes pointed, your legs together. If you want to make it easier, you can come down a little higher so you don't have to go down quite as low, and that's going to help as well. But really focus on not using your hip flexors here. Use your lower abs on the exhale. To make this exercise more difficult and to involve the upper abs, you can take your elbows wide and your hands interlaced behind the nape of your neck and do it that way. Star abs is a move I got from Blogilates. Shout out to Cassie Ho. It's a great move for the entire abs section and the entire core. So you're going to lower down, basically arms spread out, legs spread out, and you're going to come up on the exhale. To make it easier, you can hang out at the top a little longer and hold your knees, just give yourself a break. And to make it harder, you can use a weight here. But you really want to focus on using your abs, not momentum, and not your neck to lift up. Same thing with the V-up. The V-up is like an advanced star abs. So you're going to point your toes, and the same thing as the star abs, you're going to basically crunch in the middle and try and almost touch your toes at the top. But again, don't use momentum. Use your abs on the exhale to come up. This one's really hard. So to make it easier, you can come kind of like in the star abs position, but kind of more of a high boat. So you're going to come up a little higher than the star abs here. And then to make it harder, again, you can grab a weight. This one kind of makes you want to use momentum really even more. So just really focus on squeezing your abs first to lift up. The key here with all the exercises is to squeeze your abs to lift, not your neck or anything like that. So same thing with the 3-way crunch. 3-way crunch, you want to keep your elbows wide the whole time. And to lift up, you're using your upper abs. So you're going to the middle and then to both sides to get the obliques as well. There's not an easier version of this. Just do it slower if you need to. But really we'll focus on squeezing. But to make it harder, use a weight and get those obliques as well. Speaking of obliques, we have the side plank dippers. So I rolled my yoga mat over to give me a little more cushion on my elbow, but you want to rise up and pretend there's a flame up underneath you. So you're kind of just trying to, as soon as you get up to the top, you want to squeeze your obliques really hard. So just suck your abs in and then pretend like you don't want to get the fire to touch you. You're going to get burnt. To make it harder, you can lift your leg up. That one's pretty challenging. And then to make it easier, you can go ahead and keep your knees on the ground. But really, inhale down and exhale to lift up and squeeze at the top. You really should feel this one in that oblique right there. Now it is stretch time. I love a good stretch. You really need to focus on stretching after you've worked your core muscles. You won't be upset about it. It feels so good. So just doing a simple cat-cow here. So inhaling, coming into the cow, exhaling, coming into the cat, really around that spine there. And then in a seated side bend, you want to inhale on the way over, and you really want to focus on up and over here. And this is going to feel great on those obliques that you just worked. And then you're going to inhale up and over, and then exhale to come back down. This one should feel really good. And take these movements slow. Here is a little bonus stretch, a little seated spinal twist. So you're going to exhale to go back to turn your head. So when you're back there, you can just inhale to come out and then exhale to get even deeper in the stretch by looking behind you. This should be gentle and should feel very yummy. Now this is one of the best exercises or stretches you can do for your spine and for your hip alignment actually. But you're gonna just lay down like before with your back flat against the mat in a cross kind of spread out position. And then you're going to exhale and bring that knee over. The key here is you want to keep your hips and your shoulders on the ground. Ideally, you would have your knee that's over your other leg on the ground as well. But if you are not quite there yet, that's okay. I'm not in this video either. But you can really have someone also push your knee down if you want to make the stretch even more intense, but don't push it. Finally, we have some yummy cobra variations. I love this. It feels so good on your back, makes you more flexible in the spine, and it feels great on those abs that you just worked in the front. So you can come to little mini cobras here, and then when you're ready, you can press up to a full cobra and kind of just hang out here. It feels great. Just take some deep breaths. Thank yourself for the work that you've just done. Maybe even look up to the sky. Thank God for allowing you to move each day. It's incredible what your body can do. And really just focus on all the amazing things that you have been able to accomplish. And thank yourself for committing to this 10 days of movement, only for a few minutes. It's really awesome that what you can do in just a short period of time, honestly. And then you can try out this Sphinx variation as well. And then of course, finish off in child's pose and make sure you give yourself a good pat on the back because you're killing it. You're doing it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.